A new year is fast approaching. What positive steps will you be making in 2020? Will you finally secure the keys to your own home? Will you invest in your education? How about buying a vehicle, saving and investing more of your money, or simply making more time for family? Whatever you decide, we hope you not only say you're going to achieve these goals, but you actually put in the work to make them a reality. After all, you're responsible for your destiny. Your favorite magazine program continues with a word of advice, followed by the news.
I encourage the deaf children to have deaf pride, to know that they can. You're on the same level as a hearing person. It doesn't matter that you can't hear. You have a lot of deaf adults who are successful, and you can achieve. You can get the education that you want, you can do anything that you want, you can achieve. Don't feel like you can't because you're deaf.
In believing that nothing is impossible, I have been able to culture a very positive attitude to life, and that positive attitude has worked for me, and I am confident it will work for others. I would want to say to persons with vision impairment and disabilities that it is critical that they become tooled or retooled with the appropriate technologies that can help to drive the way forward so that they can accomplish their vision and their goals.
Children with disabilities, whether you have CP or not, I strongly believe that you have a purpose. My disability has taught me that when it says the sky is the limit, it is. There are times when you're going to fall, but what is to stop you from rising?
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, December 30. Jamaica is expected to earn increased revenues from overflight services as a result of the recent $17 million upgrade to the Kingston Air Traffic Control Center, KATCC. Speaking at the recent opening of the center, Director General of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, JCAA, Nari William Singh, says the ability to accommodate more aircrafts in the Jamaican airspace resulted from a more efficient movement of planes through the country's flight information region.
You probably could relate to when you're out at Norman Manley and you see this big white, looks like a big ball off to one end of the airport. That's the radar, or it's in that infrastructure. We have 3 of those. So what that does, it gives us coverage right around the island in our flight information region, which is about 10 times the size of our landmass. So we need to be able to see aircraft within that flight information region and be able to transmit and receive navigation information, communication information. So we know exactly where the airplanes are, so we can separate them. We can ensure that they're on their flight plans that they have filed, and really, to keep them apart.
Mr. William Singh pointed out that the upgrade at the KATCC was part of a larger air navigation services modernization program at the Norman Manley and Sangster International airports.
We're in the process of an upgrade from Aeronautical Information Services to Aeronautical Information Management. That's about $360 million. Likewise, 2 navigation aids, DVORs, one at Sangster, one at Manley. Again, at about just over 200 million Jamaican dollars. So it's really a part of a process, and with aviation technology consistently changing, we have to be at least at the cutting edge, if not ahead of the curve, to ensure that we can continue to provide a safe and reliable service.
The Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, says it has pumped more than $300 million into its Alternative Livelihood Skills Development Program, ALSDP, which channels social interventions for unattached youth. The ALSDP targets close to 6,000 youth in 18 underserved communities across 7 parishes and provides training in different areas including film, digital animation, and event production. The initiative is a component of the World Bank-funded Integrated Community Development Project, which runs from 2014 to 2020. Social Services Manager at JSIF, Gresford Bennett, says the ALSDP is designed to create opportunities for meaningful employment for young people.
The program really, is a very narrow objective, which is to rapidly move young people from the corners or in their homes to a training facility and to placement to actually earn some money.
Mr. Bennett was speaking at a graduation ceremony for the second cohort of 32 participants. Mr. Bennett says JSIF has observed that many of the youth have attached themselves to several training programs due to the stipend involved, and this has become like an occupation for them. He adds that JSIF wants to change that through the ALSDP.
We thought it was necessary as an organization that is designing and executing program that is supposed to influence national development, that we look at a particular model to see how we can move, the training methodology within this space.
Come January 2, 2020, persons filing individual income tax returns will be mandated to do so online. This is required as the Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, implements the next phase of its mandatory e-filing of taxes. In a release, the TAJ says the category of taxpayers required to file individual returns online include employed individuals who have additional sources of income from a business as well as self-employed persons. These persons must use the SO4 form, which incorporates statutory deductions such as National Housing Trust (NHT) and National Insurance Scheme (NIS). Additionally, directors and pensioners who file an ITO5 return claiming a refund will also be required to file their returns online. The TAJ says although the process is just being made mandatory, approximately 42% of individual income taxpayers have already chosen to file their returns online. To complete the process, persons must register for e-services at the TAJ website or call its customer care center. The island's infirmaries are to be staffed with dietitians and physiotherapists in the coming months. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says the recruitment drive for the health specialists is to commence soon. He revealed that the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service has given approval for the recruitment exercise to proceed. The decision to employ these health specialists at the infirmaries is based on assessments conducted at the facilities which showed a need for consistent preparation of nutritious balanced meals for the residents.
So starting next year, when the residents of the facility sit down to eat, the food will be prepared based on the recommendation of a dietitian who will offer the kind of professional advice so that those of you who want to eat, you can eat healthier and live longer and don't have to worry about what you eat in our infirmaries.
Minister McKenzie was speaking at the recent St. James Infirmary Christmas dinner. And finally, some 42 wards of the state-run facility Mount Olivet Boys Home were feted by the Jamaica Information Service over the Christmas holiday. The treat marks the 10th year and the 30th visit since the JIS adopted the Manchester-based institution in 2009. This year was supported by past and current members of the JIS staff, their families, as well as a group of young swimmers. Chief Executive Officer at the JIS, Donna Marie Rowe, sees this corporate sponsor initiative as a winning tool to encourage and inspire the children in their care.
It really has been a journey for us. We have determined that we wanted to target boys. I felt that we made the right decision to support this boys' home. This is the little that we can do from our resources at JIS as staff members and with the network that we have.
Meanwhile, Director of the Boys Home, Patrick Newman, expressed joy and thanks to the JIS team for the years of continuous assistance.
You have, throughout the year, has made your presence felt at Mount Olivet Boys Home, and for that we are truly, truly grateful. I want to also use this opportunity to say thanks to everybody who come. Christmas, Easter, summer, and just share with us.
Sponsors for the Christmas visit were the Maco's Aquatic Racer Swim Club, Rainforest Seafoods, Lasco Distributors, Fontana Pharmacy, B&Y Enterprise Limited, Sugar Mama Cakes, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, among others. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
What if they knew that you abused her? Her family?
Mr. Jones.
And your colleagues, how will they look at an abuser? When the law comes knocking, you'll have nowhere to run.
Mr. Brown, you're under arrest. Please get up, hands behind your head and interlock your fingers.
Turn your back on abusers. Report gender-based violence to the police. There's no excuse for abuse. Call the Bureau of Gender Affairs at 876-754-8577.
Jamaica has been welcoming millions of visitors to the island this winter tourist season. Let's see some of what's in store for our guests.
Living in Jamaica is an experience that you cannot put in words. There's an energy in the atmosphere that just feels good. There are so many aspects of Jamaica that I think makes it second to none. The best food, the best music, the best people. We can go on and on about the good things about living in Jamaica.
The prolific artist is one of 9 faces selected by the Jamaica Tourist Board to beckon visitors to join them in the home of all right. The Jamaica Tourist Board is banking on the reach and popularity of social media to go where they have never gone before. To connect with potential visitors, hopefully to convince them to book a trip to the island based on the stories of these personalities who will pop up on their timeline. The hashtag Join Me in Jamaica digital marketing videos, each about 90 seconds, are disseminated via the Tourist Board's social media platforms.
Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
The Songbird and Dancehall Prince join the likes of the coffee expert, the sister cooks, the hotel chef, the pudding man, the Rasta artist, and the entrepreneur.
And as we started kind of working on this and coming up with some ideas, and Join Me in Jamaica evolved, we settled on that because it's a great call to action. But it's deeper than that. It enables the people we talk with to say, why join me in Jamaica?
Name them all. Being a man, they all come here and buy their pudding. This is what we grew up on. Now, when the people come to Jamaica, everybody, as soon as they land off the plane, this is where they come. They want to taste this pudding because it's bringing them back to the old days.
You talk about scripting things or putting things together and you hope for words and magic, and then you try to get somebody to deliver that line. It's just not real. But when we hiked to the top of Blue Mountain in the rain, to the top, we sit there and talk to him and his face lit up and his smile was just so infectious, and all of a sudden he comes out with, God has been good to us. The universe has been good to us. This rock, I love it.
I love it.
These videos will now populate our social space, and we'll be able to have connectivity to every corner of the world. And the language part of it, yes, we've worked on, and the technology allows instant translation.
It doesn't mean that we will not do traditional advertising anymore,
Because if that is in anybody's mind, then we need to disabuse ourselves of that. In anybody's mind, then we need new space. We can reach more people in places that we could never even think of reaching them before. 1, because of costs, 2, because of logistics, 3, because it's just not profitable to do. A content-rich communication to the world about what makes Jamaica special. And who best to tell that story but some very hardcore, well-enabled, well-entrenched Jamaicans who have served Jamaica in many ways, different ways, in a very authentic way, tell their own story about why anybody should join them in Jamaica.
Every Jamaican has this passionate, loving story, and we want to capture that and share it with the world, because I believe the rest of the world could learn a little bit from Jamaica. One love.
Want to know the law pertaining to renting a house? What about the procedure if you're arrested? Or what is defined as corruption? Then click on the Ministry of Justice website. It has information on every law passed in Jamaica. The House of Parliament portal also has the more recent year's pieces of legislation. The sites are easy to search and the files are downloadable. Make access to justice your business. Know your rights.
If you have a teenager with physical or cognitive challenges at home, this next feature is just for you.
Lexley is preparing for another day at Jamaican Teas, where he works as assistant to the factory manager and the company's hazard analysis and critical control points coordinator. He is among the men and women who, despite their physical, mental, or social limitations and impairments, are learning to create value and purpose with the skills they have acquired. His life has been changed significantly because of the services provided by the Abilities Foundation.
Life was sort of weird in many ways. A lot of wasting of time in terms of parties, but yet still wanted to achieve something, but the opportunity wasn't there.
It was through a group of concerned parents, stakeholders, that their children who were disabled, after graduating high school, they had nowhere else to go. And they raised a telethon to raise funds to establish a skills training center. And through that, Abilities Foundation was born in October 1992. Abilities Foundation is a unique institution. It's the only institution in the Caribbean and in Jamaica that caters to all disabilities.
The foundation was established to meet two primary objectives: increase the employability of persons with disabilities and teach good work ethics to young adults with disabilities to prepare them for integration into society.
The training program that I was engaged in is office administration. Being at the Abilities Foundation and being a person with disabilities, basically you are comfortable because you are amongst persons with disabilities and their understanding of conditions. I learned that there.
The courses offered through the Abilities Foundation seek to provide opportunities for full participation and equality. These programs open new skill areas and, whenever possible, are crafted within existing social, education, and labor trends. The foundation currently offers 5 training programs: housekeeping levels 1 and 2, furniture making, data operations levels 1 and 2, design and decor soft furnishing, horticulture and landscaping.
What we do is that we give them an in-house test. If they are capable of passing it at 70%, we send them up to do what you call an assessment. The assessment is done by outside persons from Heart, and they do the assessment and finish the program, certified through Heart. If they are not capable, then they will give them what you call a unit competency, That unique competency is a document or paper showing that they are capable of doing these units.
The foundation also provides a functional life skills curriculum which focuses on the students' transition to the workforce, as well as remedial English and mathematics, money awareness and management.
I assist them with preparation of their resumes, their cover letters, searching for different employment opportunities. One of my major functions is to provide them with placement sites so that they can get job experience. For the past couple of years, we have been with the NYS, and we recognize that that's a summer program, but we recognize that after they are placed in the summer program, it's easier for us to go back to those places to get permanent placement for them because they see what they can do and not their disability.
The foundation has been able to extend its reach and service offerings through grant funding from the Japanese Policy Human Resources Development Grant Program. The grant was provided through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Social and Economic Inclusion Project for persons with disabilities.
What this project endeavors to do is to build the capacity of the institution through professional development courses for the staff. A major component of this project is to assist the students with a training stipend, and it is targeted for those who are path beneficiaries. The project also provides them with a job placement officer and a job coach. So when we place them on jobs, we also give them a coach to mentor and help them throughout the process.
The foundation continues to open doors for persons with disabilities and equip them with the requisite skills and knowledge to become productive Jamaican citizens. The Abilities Foundation, creating opportunities for the exceptional.
This next excursion is fit for the entire family, especially the blind.
When I was a tour guide here at the Institute of Jamaica, you'll have, visitors just coming into our museum space, whether it's a teacher, a parent, even tertiary students. They would come in and they would say, what kind of programs do you have for someone who is blind? Because I have a sister or a brother who is blind, and I didn't have an answer for them. As time went on, I started thinking about, there must be something that I can do to create a program that would impact that kind of disability. So I said, well, if they can't see, they can definitely learn in a tactile way.
Stephanie's idea flourished. In 2016, she launched Touch Tours at the National Museum Jamaica in collaboration with my school, the Salvation Army School for the Blind. Come, let me show you what Touch Tours are all about. I have my most favorite piece throughout all my exploration. I have
very good.
Pewter flagon.
Very good. Very
it's
good.
Smooth. It's like a thermos, and it has an opener.
Very good.
And it inside it they put wine and other stuff.
Very good.
So, just in case you're wondering, these guided touch tours are free of cost. The tours aim to engage students like me who are blind, visually impaired, or have developmental or cognitive disabilities. Here's more.
We do it in small numbers, no more than 6 to 10 students at a time. And so what we do, we set up an area, we set up a table, and we select an artifact that is related to a particular theme. So let's say we want them to learn about the Taino people or the Africans or the Chinese. We would select those artifacts. We allow them to come into that area that is set up for the touch tours. Go, Sarah.
It has a little smooth texture, and it's bumpy. It doesn't have like this smooth
smooth and it will be straight and flat.
Right.
It's bumpy. And it's kind of straight, but it has a little curve.
Yes.
And you have a little hole inside.
And do you remember where that piece came from? We talked about it. Do you remember? From which animal it came from?
The elephant.
The elephant. And it's called what? Ivory. Ivory. Very good. And so we engage them, we talk to them, we allow them to engage with the artifact. They, stretch their hands out, and we ask them, to feel what is in front of them, and we ask them questions like, what do you think this is? We want them to engage with the artifact in exploring different shapes, different textures, how it feels, different weight, and so on, to ignite their metaphorical thinking. And that is what Touch Tours is really all about. What are you holding, Deidre?
A baby doll.
Very good. Tell us the story behind that. You remember what I said?
When they have a twin, and one of them died, they made this to represent this.
Very good.
As you can see, just like any other guided tours for students, we get to learn about the wide range of artifacts at the museum through touch.
The National Museum is the repository of Jamaica's cultural heritage. So we house over 17,000 artifacts representing our tangible cultural heritage. Some of the permanent exhibitions we have at the National Museum Jamaica, we have Ubuntu, Taino, and Treasures, Mysteries, and Stories.
This exhibition space name is Ubuntu. What's the name? Ubuntu. Now we're all speaking Zulu.
Ubuntu reflects our African heritage. We have artifacts representing the Yoruba tribe, the Ashanti tribe, we have Ibeji dolls, all fun stuff. As you can see behind us, we have some masks from various regions in Africa. Taino is basically reflecting the Taino heritage that we have here, the Taino culture. So all things Taino you can find in the Taino exhibition. Treasures, Mysteries, and Stories is our newest exhibition space. Treasures because our artifacts are our national treasures. Mysteries because some of our artifacts we don't have a story behind them of how we acquired them or a background story. And then some of them we have a full story as to how we acquired them and the nature surrounding those particular artifacts, where they're from, who used it before, detailed information about it. So that is what Treasures, Mysteries, and Stories is about.
To learn more about Touch Tours and the interesting artifacts, just call the National Museum Jamaica. It is open to the public Mondays to Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. See you soon!
Protect yourself from the flu virus. Visit your nearest health center or doctor to get the flu vaccine. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water or by using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid the spread of germs by not touching your eyes, mouth, or nose. And be sure to regularly disinfect surfaces and objects that are used often. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
And that's all the time we have available for you on this station. Be sure to join us tomorrow for another informative program. We are available online at your leisure. There's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We also have a website, a YouTube channel, and a mobile app that can be accessed on your smartphones. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.